Hello to the class ITEC 2360. My name is Mark Atkinson. I am broadcasting to you from the fabulous city of Rock Springs, Wyoming. I'm a doctoral student in the College of Education. I'm studying instructional technology and at the point of my degree where I'm now going to be conducting a study. And so what I am looking at is online learners. When they come into a three-dimensional virtual world, what is the difference between these learners who have lots of video game experience and those who don't? And so I'm hoping to answer some of those questions. As you'll see in this video, and you're in a teaching with technology class, you'll see I've found a pretty interesting tool used for teaching and learning. So sit back and enjoy the ride. The purpose of this video is to introduce my study and explain some of the class assignments that you will find this semester in ITEC 2360. Now in this class you're going to be introduced to a very interesting place, a place where education is occurring that might actually surprise you. It is called Second Life, and people describe it as a three-dimensional virtual space, actually a shared virtual space, where someone can use an avatar and interact with a very rich virtual digital world, but most importantly interact with other people. Now you do this by means of an avatar. You can see in this image right here, that's a group of about 25 or so higher educators meeting for kind of a seminar about teaching online learning. Later in the semester, you're going to have a few activities and assignments. One of them may occur actually very soon. The first one will be a fairly short questionnaire where you'll answer a few questions about your practices of using video games. You will also have an orientation. It's actually a Second Life orientation, and I'm going to come to Laramie and teach that to you right into your classroom. Now, I'm going to be orienting you on how to create a Second Life avatar, how to communicate, how to teleport, to fly, ride a horse, I mean all kinds of fun things in preparation for the next assignment, or next class period rather, which is an online learning class. It will be in Second Life. Now, I will be in my office, probably in Rock Springs, and I will be in the classroom as an avatar, as will each of you. Even though you'll physically be in your classroom in Laramie, you'll go into Second Life and you'll attend an online learning class in Second Life. Okay, now when I say online learning, I mean the content of the class will not be about Second Life. It will just be taught there. It'll be actually about teaching and learning in an online environment. And then finally, you will write a reaction paper also toward the end of the semester about your experiences with Second Life. It's always nice to get a little bit of extra credit. So this class has more than one opportunity. One of those opportunities is related to my study, and it's basically just a 1-hour interview with me where I will ask you some questions I developed and want to know a little bit about your experience using Second Life. So should you choose to participate in this and have not already done so, please ask your instructor for the consent form and fill it out and give it back to he or she, and they will return it to me, and you can be a part of the study and get this extra credit. So now we've talked about the purpose of the video, your assignments, the extra credit. We are now on our way into Second Life to give you a little better idea of what this is really all about. So what exactly is Second Life? Well, as mentioned, it's a three-dimensional virtual world, and it looks a lot like a video game. There's an avatar down below there. You can see my name right above there. This particular facility, they're called islands, and I'll show you why in just a moment, in Second Life, is the Small Business Development Center of the University of Wyoming. We call the island Wyoming Entrepreneur. So if we kind of zoom in on the avatar here, and you can change a lot of things about them, what they wear, how they look, how tall they are, etc. They can move around freely and interact with a lot of things. We teach entrepreneurs, and if they are here and want to set an appointment with us or express interest in being, learning about balance sheets and business plans and all those things, they click right here. What this shows you is that objects in Second Life are not just aesthetic. You can actually click on them, it'll pop open a website, and there you are. They can register with us and come and be taught by us. There are a lot of different other things you can learn. There are a lot of thematic elements here. This particular island here is themed after Wyoming. You'll notice we have a Devil's Tower right here. Okay, we can walk around it, we can climb it. We have a Old Faithful Inn, which of course is the world's oldest log hotel. Right down there you can see that's where Old Faithful comes from. We have an old playhouse kind of saloon type thing here. There's a desert there. I think that's where I live. And behind us is the Grand Teton Mountains. Now if we come back up here and look at the whole island, you can kind of see why it's called an island. There comes a train. It really is an island. It's surrounded by water. And it's laid out on a grid. If we open up the map here, zoom in here, there's the island right here. You can see right above us there's Oklahoma State University, and we really are laid out on a grid with lots and lots, literally hundreds and hundreds of islands of different types. This one is in the education area. So what can an avatar do down here? Well, it can explore and go look around. We can go look at the ducks over here. We can go in the water. It can fly, as you can see right here. We'll go fly around the tower just for fun. There's a little path right there. It's a family of elk right there. Can't get that close in real life. Ride the train, do a lot of different things. Very importantly though, if you look above the head of the avatar right here, click the speak button, there's some green radio waves coming out. That means that I'm speaking into my microphone, and believe it or not, anybody within 60 feet, 20 meters of me can hear me. And when I say anybody, I mean another avatar. And the same is true with the chat function here. I can also open that. I can say hello. And it pops up a little hello right there. Anyone standing within 20 meters of this avatar can see that. And just like real life, the closer another avatar stands to another, the better they can hear them. Okay? So let's look at some other things that can be done in Second Life. I can ride a horse and even make it gallop a little bit. I can drive in a Jeep. This one actually can go pretty fast. In a Wyoming rodeo, I can take a ride on the back of a very mean bull. Pretty sure I can't do that in real life. I can go for a canoe ride down the Green River. I can climb Devil's Tower. Pretty fast too. I can play the piano, although I really wish I had a drum set. But all of those things are just on this island. There are other places I can go to, like Oregon State University. The School of Business at the University of Southern California. I can run across the Great Wall of China. Travel to Paris and check out the Eiffel Tower. Study the mysteries of Stonehenge, or learn about South Texas history at the Alamo. But perhaps the real power of Second Life comes from people coming together. This is a class in Second Life, a live class. Each of the people you see here are a real person behind an avatar, and notice that the green radio waves above the instructor's head right there means he's speaking to them in voice and they're learning about something in Second Life. Believe it or not, people in Second Life as avatars don't just hang out in classrooms. They also go dancing. And they even spin around in teacups on Disney rides. So now we come to the educational part of this facility here, and really what can be done in Second Life. How can we possibly teach or learn here? So I'm going to come back around the island here. This facility has 4 dedicated classrooms. We are going to come up here to classroom 1. This was the very first classroom that was developed. This has had multiple seminars here, staff trainings, and other sorts of professional activities. And we'll back up just a little bit so you can see that. Okay, kind of in the back of the Teton Mountain Range here in Wyoming. You notice here there are a couple of boards here, kind of like smart boards in their own way. I'll restart the PowerPoint. That's a PowerPoint on the left right there. Notice how you can click through slides right here. Some instructions for the attendees, and on into the curriculum. The one on the right is a little more special. This is dedicated to a website called webs.com, which is an e-commerce website building type site where you can host a website and build it with their tool, etc. Good for entrepreneurs. And I have taught a class with this one, how to sell online with a website. When you click on that once, it zooms in first of all, and then brings up the website. You can access pretty much any cloud-based tool out there using Second Life and this object. Now we're here. I could sign in and into the tool and build a website and teach an entire audience, as I have done before, how to do that. There are some other tools over on top of Devil's Tower that have some expanded capabilities, so I will stop here and head over there and show you what those can do. I have set out some learning objects here, learning teaching objects here on top of Devil's Tower, and we're going to focus in on 4 of these quickly and demonstrate some of the things that can be done. This should be a screen you probably all recognize. You can log into a learning management system here Online UW. You can also use Google Docs. If I sign into Google Docs, it then brings up all the documents I have sitting there. Let's say your class has decided to taste several root beers and rate them. You probably know how to use Google Docs. You can put a document up there and allow anyone to get on and contribute to it that they like. Well, the same thing can be done right here in Second Life. Other avatars here can click on the different fields right here and add something to them, change the scores, add their own scores, collaborate on papers and different projects and assignments right in class or outside of class if they're here at the same time. This is a YouTube video. You can pretty much paste any address from about any website into one of these objects and use them. This one here focuses a little bit on how children are using iPads in preschools. Nursery, it looks like. Another possibility. Lots of possibilities with video. And finally, this is a service called Join.me, one I waited for quite a while actually. That is a screen sharing software. At Join.me, you go there, you click on this little button right here, and it starts sharing your screen. Now all the avatars here that would be in the same space right here could hear the YouTube video. They could see the screen sharing of someone who's wherever they are in the world, showing their screen, showing another software. Some of them are interactive where they can click and do things like in Google Docs, and some they just learn and communicate either in text or in voice. For the last moment of this video, and just in case you're sitting there in your chair with a burning desire to get to Second Life and find out what this is all about, I'm just going to quickly show you how to get there. I'm at secondlife.com. Great big orange rectangle in the top here says Join Now. I then need to choose an avatar. Doesn't have to be a bunny. I'm going to click on People. And I can go through. Know that you can make changes to your avatar. This is just what you start with. Once I do that, I then get to the page here where it asks for a username. Now do keep in mind, this is what you log into Second Life with. It doesn't have to be the name that kind of rests above the head of your avatar. But that is basically this video. Again, thanks so much for watching, and again, you're welcome to be a part of this study and get some extra credit, but if you choose not to, that's okay too, and I hope you really enjoy this course and have a great semester.